What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. The trial of Hernandez Govan has begun. This is the man the state says orchestrated the hit on rapper Young Dolph. He didn't pull the trigger, but they say he was the brains behind it. The prosecution is laying it out step by step. They're saying he directed the shooters, he pointed them toward the targets, and he made the call. And the star witness is Cornelius Smith, one of the shooters, one of the men who actually did it. Smith is testifying under oath. He's naming names and he's laying out the blueprint. He says Justin Johnson was the other shooter. He says Govan was the one who hired them. He says Govan is the one that promised them money. And he told them that Dolph would be in Memphis that day. He called it the opportunity, that it was their chance. And in that moment, the prosecution is making it clear. This wasn't random. This wasn't chaos. This was a planned execution.
The trial for Hernandez Govan, the man accused of masterminding the murder of rapper Young Dolph, begins tomorrow morning. Govan is the final suspect standing trial in this high-profile case. ABC 24's Shakina Davis has more on what to expect on the day of the trial. Shakina?
Lauren, Monday will likely focus entirely on jury selection, and the process could take up to 2 days due to the high-profile nature of this case.
Jury selection, we're just picking who the referees for the game will be.
The case dates back to November 2021 when Memphis rapper Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph, was shot and killed inside Makita's Cookies on Airways Boulevard. One of the men convicted in the killing testified that Hernandez Govan planned the hit. Co-defendant Cornelius Smith testified in a previous trial that Govan agreed to pay him and Justin Johnson $50,000 each to carry out the hit, allegedly on behalf of Memphis rapper Yo Gotti's now deceased brother. Working says when co-defendants testify, the defense has an opportunity to cross-examine.
It's up to the jury to decide whether this person is actually as part of a conspiracy and more credible, or whether they are in fact being given a deal from the state to get less time, and that makes them less credible.
In Tennessee, a first-degree murder conviction comes with a mandatory life sentence. And with Govan represented by an out-of-state attorney, Working says the courtroom dynamic is going to be unique.
Courthouses have their own particular practices and way of doing things, and it will be interesting to see how a lawyer from outside that community approaches things differently.
It's been nearly 4 years since the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. He was gunned down as he bought cookies in Memphis. And today, the man accused of setting up that murder went on trial. Hernandez Govan is charged with murder and conspiracy.
Yeah, he is looking at the possibility of life in prison if convicted. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has covered this story since its first hours. He's live tonight outside of the courtroom at 201 Poplar tonight.
Jeremy, the admitted gunman who killed Young Dolph also took the stand in this case.
As a matter of fact, they just wrapped up within the last 5 minutes. Cornelius Smith, the prosecution's star witness. He detailed the relationship between he and Hernandez Govan. He even connected the dots to a lot of people in this case. Opening statements from prosecutors pinpointed the choices they say Hernandez Govan made before and after the shooting death of Young Dolph. Govan's attorney explained to the jury how the choices of admitted killer Cornelius Smith and convicted gunman Justin Johnson have nothing to do with his client.
He chose two desperate people. Smith, needing money, needing to support his family. Justin Johnson, an aspiring and up-and-coming rap artist that wanted to be on CMG's label, the very label that Govan had access to and was affiliated with.
No phone contacts for weeks prior to the shooting, especially in the morning. Govan wouldn't know that the Mercedes was used. The only way anybody finds out is social media blows up right away, and multiple people start calling Justin Johnson, including Govan, who knows him, because the word's out that Justin may have done this.
As the trial got underway, Smith took the stand, testifying he and Govan met several times at Govan's home. Smith said he even got the gun he used to kill Young Dolph from Govan. Smith also detailed the different cash amounts for the murders of several artists signed to Young Dolph's PRE music label.
One night leaving, getting some pills, he mentioned the prices on, who had 50 on his head. Young Dolph had 100 on his head. Somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the prices too.
So it was it was almost like a catalog. This person cost this much.
Yeah,
this person cost
telling
this
us
much.
who had the money on their head, who had the most money on their head,
And who had
price.
the
Dolph
most?
had the most money on his head.
Smith said several times Govan asked him if he wanted to make some money.
Yeah, I want to make some money. You know, he knew where I get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go to him and ask, can I get a couple pills on credit? So, you know, that was when he was like, you want to make some money?
The defense, though, is swinging back. They're saying Cornelius Smith will say anything to save his ass. They're calling him a liar, and they're calling him unreliable. They're pointing to his deals. They're pointing to his shifting story. They're saying this man is not testifying because he wants justice. He's testifying because he wants less time. And that right there is the battle. Who do you believe? The shooter who's now talking, or the man accused of making a call? But let's not get it twisted. This case goes far beyond courtroom strategy. This case is rooted in pride. This case is rooted in disrespect because the prosecution is saying it all goes back to a song called Play With Your B. Young Dolph went direct. He didn't sneak around it. He didn't throw subliminals. He called Jook out. He embarrassed him. He put him on blast. He made him a joke in front of the world. And Memphis knew about it. The whole industry knew about it. Everybody knew about it. And Jook wasn't built for that. He wasn't built for the rap game response. So what did he do? The allegation is that he responded with blood. And that's what makes this case so dark. Because it's not just a man getting shot. It's a city losing one of its biggest icons. Young Dolph wasn't just a rapper. He was a label owner. He was a man who fed Memphis. He was in his city to give out turkeys. They're to bless families. And he stepped into his favorite cookie shop and never walked out. The city of Memphis will never forget that day. And hip hop will never forget that day. And to make it even worse after it happened, Big Jook didn't stay quiet. He mocked it. He laughed at it. He dissed the mural Dolph was on. He implied Paper Route Empire was going broke. He wasn't hiding his hand, he was taunting it. And now, he dead too. Same energy he put out in the world came back to his doorstep. But for Dolph's family, for his kids, for his mama, for his daddy, this ain't just streets, this ain't just music. This is real life. They gotta sit in that courtroom. They gotta see this video play over and over. Every word that gets spoken is a reminder. Every detail that gets shared is salt in the wound. And let me say this, no matter what happens in this courtroom, the damage is done. Young Dolph is gone. His family is broken. A verdict won't change that. A sentence won't change that. But maybe this trial will give some closure. Maybe it will be the last time they have to hear this story played back again and again. And maybe Memphis can finally begin to heal. And hip hop can finally put this chapter to rest. But until then, every eye is on the courtroom. Every ear is on every word. And the weight of a city is hanging over that jury box. Because this is bigger than Hernandez Govan. This is bigger than Cornelius Smith. This is bigger than Big Jook. This is about Young Dolph, the king of Memphis, forever. Rest in peace. Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.